Hi everybody, it's Ryan from Ryviews.com, and today I'm reviewing Roller Rider by Long Animals. Long Animals has a long history of pretty good games on Congregate and Armor games. He works for the company that puts out Cyclomaniacs and Flaming Bazooka or Zoom, something like that, I don't know what it's called. And Soccer Balls, which was a great physics puzzle game. So, there's a lot of high quality games, and also a lot of fairly high quality racing games. So I was looking forward to playing this. As I said, it's a racing game where you're driving through this track, and this is similar to lots of his other racing games where you kind of mostly just push forward and the track kind of weaves and turns, but you're kind of pushed along the turns until you see like the turn sign flashing over your head on the screen. That tells you it's a big turn, so you have to make yourself turn with the arrow keys. But for the most part, you're kind of a little bit kind of guided. And I have to say, I wasn't particularly happy with this one. It's very similar to his previous racing games, which I have liked in the past sometimes, but that's part of the problem too, is that this does nothing really to improve on the formula. It's a racing game where, honestly, the tracks are long, each race feels the same. There are a few different challenges, but they all pretty much are the same thing, where you have challenges to pick up little clocks, so that's interesting, but then you have head-to-head, where you're racing against one person, or a normal race where you're racing against about eight people. And even with the clocks, the clocks are there a few times, but some of them are where the money would be otherwise. So, if you're trying to collect money or trying to collect turbo on the other races, it's going to be basically the same feel. So, honestly, the game has very little lasting value. It has very little replayability. It's just not a quality entry. I did not really enjoy playing it that much. As far as racing games go, there are much better racing games out there. And then this one was just kind of a repeat of the old ones, and it did nothing to improve. So I was not happy with it. For the scorecard, I give it a time value of 3. Like I said, I was very disappointed by how alike all the different modes were. I really did not feel like there was much reason to keep playing past about 3 or 4 levels, unless you feel like upgrading your car farther. But even then, that wasn't particularly exciting. Money value of 10, it's free. Originality of 4. I do like some of the aspects of the game, which is why it's not lower, but it is still a carbon copy of some of his old racing games. I like that there's some money on the ground, there's some money that you have to raise your hands to get. That's pretty cool, and it's a pretty original concept. I don't think I've ever seen that out of any of his games, but it doesn't make up for the fact that this is very similar to all of his old racing games. Replayability of 6, mostly because I don't like the kind of the track racing where it kind of, like I was describing before, kind of guides you along the path, and you only have to turn at the sharp turns. The rest, I like it when I'm doing the whole turning. I want to be in control. This was not great. And fulfillment of 5. Obviously I didn't like this game very much, but the upgrades were kind of cool because whenever you upgraded, it showed you a little graph, like a bar graph of each of your upgrades. You can compare and contrast the levels of each one, and that was pretty cool. And that definitely heightened my fulfillment because I was able to watch the upgrades as they go up. But all in all, that still didn't really save the game much. So that gives a grand total of 5.6. Let me know what you think of this game in the comments. Thanks for watching, everybody. Visit www.ryviews.com for more content, and don't forget to subscribe. Until next time.